Hey there. So, before I begin this log, let me call it out that this one might not be for everyone. And if you're listening and it doesn't resonate, feel free to move on to the next one. And for my younger friends, you may not get it yet, and that's okay too. And let's see what happens to those who choose to stay. Okay? So, lately I've been sitting with a question that I never expected to ask myself. Not because something is missing or I feel like I'm lacking something, but I feel like something has changed in me. I think I am in the most peaceful place I've ever been in my life. And this feeling is not just a one day feeling or a few days. I feel like over the last couple of years, I think I've become the most peaceful version of me. There are no big battles raging inside me, no unresolved anger, no unfinished conversations, no apologies I'm waiting for, no forgiveness I'm withholding, no version of myself I'm deeply chasing. And that exactly is what makes it strange, because everything is finally good. And from this place of peace, a question appeared that I never expected to ask myself. The question is, what next? Because I feel I've lived enough, loved enough, lost enough, learned enough, and understood enough to feel deeply settled in my own life. And one of my deepest desires was always to be there for my children, to leave behind what life taught me, and to record what I understood about being human. And maybe that's what these logs, anyways, have become. Not content, not an attempt for viewership, but just a record, a mind recorded, and my life spoken. A way of saying, this is what I saw while I was here. And somewhere recently, I realized that even that part of me feels complete. The most important thoughts are recorded now. My voice is there. The lessons have been left behind for my kids. And then came this silence. And because now I'm beginning to understand that peace and aliveness, I don't know if there's a word like that, but yeah, aliveness are not the same things. Peace says everything is okay, but aliveness asks what else is possible. Peace settles, aliveness opens, peace rests, aliveness expands. And perhaps that's the doorway I'm standing at right now. Because when I looked closely, I realized something. I have not lost my desire for life. My desire seems to have changed shape. Before I go any further, let me also tell you what makes me feel most alive, because that's a question I had to ask myself. And when I got to the answer, I realized that there are three things: people, conversations, and places. Those three things keep showing up for me over and over again. I feel most alive with the people who allow me to become lighter, more carefree, more playful, and more human. Then there are conversations. Maybe that's why I like coaching as well, because not because I can fix people. If anything, I think it's the opposite. But because I love seeing the human mind expand when a person sees themselves differently, and when their world expands even a tiny bit more. Those moments, trust me, are the most beautiful and worthwhile ones for me. And then there are places. Travel reminds me how small my life is inside the vastness of the universe. So many streets, so many people, new ways of living, new perspectives. And every new place reminds me that life is happening everywhere, all at once, in ways I know nothing about. And I love that. I love that mystery. I love that abundance. And I love that thought that even when I lived with my whole heart open, and I, however long I live, I could still just be able to see a tiny fraction of what this world contains. And honestly, what a privilege it is to even have a chance to experience that small fraction of life. And maybe that's what aliveness is beginning to mean to me. Not excitement, not drama, no, not ambition, but becoming available to wonder, becoming available to people, available to conversations that stretch my mind, available to places that remind me how little I know, available to experiences that make me feel larger from inside. And that brings me to something I am only beginning to understand. Perhaps the first half of my life is largely about learning how to live from others. I inherited beliefs, borrowed dreams, accepted definitions of success, learned what is respectable, what is expected, and for a while, that's how I navigated life. Trying to belong, trying to get it right, trying to become enough. And I think I'm fortunate enough because I've come to a point where I am able to pause and ask, I got this far. And now realize that maybe I'm free from here. Free to ask what I actually believe in. Free to ask what I genuinely love. Free to ask what makes me feel awake and alive. Free to ask which parts of me were taught and which were always mine. And maybe the second half of life isn't about becoming more impressive. Maybe it's about becoming less borrowed, less performed, less shaped by fear, but more honest and present and more myself. Not everybody will understand this, and not everybody will want what I want today. And not everybody will see life this way either. And that's perfectly okay. Because this is not an argument. It's just a question that actually found me. And the question is, what should I do next? Because what else can I experience from here? Maybe that's where I am now. I don't think I need another mountain. I don't think I need another challenge or a milestone. I think I need a wider, bluer sky. And maybe this is what comes after peace. Not a bigger goal, but a larger mind. A mind with room for awe and wonder. A room for surprise. Room for beauty that serves no purpose other than to remind us that we are alive. And if you happen to be standing where I am standing, or peace has become your experience of life, then here is the question I want to leave you with today. What makes you come alive? And when you find the answer, sit with it. Because what's the point of a long life if we never discover what truly made us feel alive while we were living with it? And maybe there doesn't need to be another mountain to climb. Maybe there just needs to be more blue sky.